How y'all doing? I'm gonna put my little energy drink down. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all a story time. A disaster of a relationship between a tenant and a landlord, property manager, whatever you want to call them. Now, okay, when I moved in this house in Montgomery, it was July 19, 2019. And what's crazy is I had my son July 19, 2023. 4 years to be exact after I moved in this house. That's how God be working. He be doing that thing. So, and I was renting from a private landlord when I first moved in. He actually sold the property this year, January the 1st, 2025. So, I'm finna start from there. Now, I'm going to change everybody's first letter to a G. Just so I don't have to expose nobody's name. If you figure it out, you figure it out. If you do, who cares? Anyway, because I ain't going to expose them all together, like the name of the company and the location, until I go put my 30-day notice in, and we're going to see how that go. And if y'all want to know after that, I'll let y'all know who they is. So y'all don't even rent from them folks, because they ain't right. So anyways, everybody ain't going to start with a G. So we go in there to pay our rent and fill out some paperwork so they can have all this extra information on file, along with all the paperwork the previous landlord already had given them. So we first meet Gina. Gina was the property manager, and we went in her office. The senior property manager was also in there too. His name was Gary. So, okay, we do that. Now, come February, Gina already gone. She done been fired, let go, whatever. And I don't know what happened, but hey, it ain't none of our business. We just met these folks. They just met us. So, hey. So, the situation really started in April. Like, this was the first weekend in April because we had already paid our rent like that Thursday and that Friday. And so, we brought Gigi back to the work apartment. So, she stayed that weekend with us. And so, during the weekend, it was these bad thunderstorms. You know what I'm saying? It was bad weather, flood warnings and everything. So we over here chilling at the work apartment. Ain't thinking nothing of it. So we take Gigi back home on that Monday. Y'all, I opened the door while Gigi was gathering her things and while Babe was getting Elgin out the car. As I'm trying to push the door open, it's like something blocking it. And I'm like, dang. I know when we left, wasn't nothing on the floor because, you know, we don't keep nothing in the floor, you know. So I'm like, dang, I can't open this door. So when I look down, it's all types of stuff all over the floor. And I'm like, dang, we done been robbed or something. So I backed up a little bit, and Gigi holding the screen door open. But Bay at the car, he said, that's the roof. So we look up, big old hole in the roof. Big hole. You can see the attic and everything. Now, the house is an older house. So not only did the sheetrock and the debris and all this type of stuff, probably rat dropping and who knows, metal stuff done fell out the attic and everything. So we just looking like, what the heck? And at the end of this video, I'm going to insert pictures of what the house actually looked like when we enter in. So we just like, what? And it's almost like 5 o'clock. So I'm calling the property manager like, can I speak to such and such, such and such? And normally from the first time we start renting, from January to April, if we need anything, because they also own multiple things. And they have multiple companies just all in one. So we would normally call and they would just transfer over to the property manager side of it. But this particular day, she gonna say, oh, you got to call this line, this and this and that. Now, I haven't known that they done moved at the time, moved the building, I guess, because it was 2 in 1 when you go over to pay your rent. It was 2, you know, 2 of their companies in 1. So they normally just transferred over. So at this time, I haven't known that they done moved to a whole nother building. They bought a building by itself, because when we first initially went to their building, it was in a plaza. So I'm like, what? I'm like, my roof just fell in. I need to talk to somebody. She was like, well, I can give you the number. Really just being nonchalant about the whole situation. So she gave me the number. And I said, nah, whatever. I hung up on her. Because I'm going to say nothing but facts. Because I'm a fact stater. So I called Gary, because I got his personal phone number. Because all they use is iPhones. So I called his phone number and I'm talking to him. I'm like, well, we just came back from out of town. The roof done fell in. I'm finna call somebody and pay somebody to get this stuff for me. You just reimburse me my rent. He said, I see somebody over there. So he sent somebody over there. Sent one man, company van and everything. Now I'm telling you the roof done fell. So I would think that you would send the maintenance man to come over there to be prepared to get this roof up and stuff to, you know, close the hole up until y'all can actually do what you're gonna do. No, that ain't what they did. This man came over here. He picked up the debris by itself, and it was raining, so obviously the water must have soaked into the sheetrock and all that stuff because it was really heavy. He was doing it all by himself, but he got it up, shot vac, vacuum up the little pieces and the debris that was left over because the water was already absorbed up. And it also got on some of my little carpet, and it also got on some of my furniture. So we talking because, you know, we ain't never seen nothing like this before. And, you know, natural disasters like this happen all the time. Some people lose their homes, their lives, you know what I'm saying? And so we just shot that. We just came home, and it just was at our front door. But it is what it is at this point. So we talking to him. He talking about, oh, they got mansions. Oh, they running Airbnb. Oh, they gonna get this roof fixed. This is a serious thing. They ain't gonna play about this. They gonna get this roof fixed. Just running his mouth. And we just are talking and laughing. Okay, this was Monday afternoon. So he was like, well, I don't got nothing in my van to like cover the hole, really. Because he really could have stopped by Lowe's. Because it's going to be overtime anyways, after hours. He could have stopped by Lowe's, anywhere, to get that thick plastic to cover up this hole. You know it's a hole. But no, he didn't. They didn't. So it's time for him to cover the hole up. Y'all, he go get this paper thin bag. Paper thin. And like cut it a little bit. Big as this hole is. He go get one at that. I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to show y'all. And so he called himself putting that up. And then he leave. Oh, he got to go. This and this and that. All right. So being the man that I got, we ain't had the thick plastic, but he go and get, because we had these big old clear garbage bags. He go get a couple of those, cut them up, and tape it up there. Way better than what the man did. Because mind you, we got to get back to a whole nother city. He got to go to work in the morning. So he did the best that he could. But I'm looking at mom, and she just don't want to be there. But she got stuff that she need to handle over here in Montgomery. So she got to be there. But she looking like, man, this is crazy. So we leave her the next day. Now, when I call Gigi, it's like 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, did anybody come? She's like, nah, ain't nobody came yet. So I go to calling Gary. He don't pick up. I go calling Goofy. She picked up and I told her about it. She was like, oh, I'm so sorry. That is horrible. And I was like, well, I called Gary, but he ain't picking up. She was like, well, I'm finna put this as urgent. I'm finna get the maintenance man out there and everything. I said, okay, she being as pleasant as possible. She just like the assistants to the property managers. So she said that. So I'm still aggravated because my mama over there, my mama 66 years old, finna be in August. So, and I know this whole biggest ever, and she don't want to be up in that because what if it rain again? You know what I'm saying? So I text Gary. I said, look, you own this property. I know you only been owning it for 4 months, but we got to live here, and I want this to be as pleasant as possible. Because mind y'all, I was already going to move next year. But so I want this to be as pleasant as possible. Yeah, this is not livable condition. Y'all going to have to come over here and do something about this, because I don't know if the previous landlord told you, but we done been sitting in the living room and seeing raccoons come down the chimney. And so the chimney I was not closed up. So if they got this big old hole in this roof, I'm asking him, where you think they going to come at now? And my mama over there, and I don't need nothing in there getting at her or anything. But even though the fireplace is sealed off, closed up with this glass little thing or whatever, but still, they were getting in that chimney. So eventually, they get on out there. The people, I guess within 30 minutes, he gonna tell my mama, the maintenance man, the same maintenance man, same one maintenance man that's saying, oh, I don't know what your daughter said or what she did, but you need to keep her on it, because this is the fastest they got us to moving. The fastest they got y'all to moving. Is this the fastest? I would sure hate to see the slowest. And you were talking all yesterday, talking about how they ain't gonna play about this roof, this serious, and woo. And I had to get on this message and type him a whole paragraph about how this is unacceptable for him to either get to moving. And I ain't cuss. I was nice, but a little nasty, but urgent with it. Not nasty like disrespectful, but something need to be done. So that's that day. So he gonna come up in there, splatter this Play-Doh everywhere. Everywhere. So that's all he did. And Gigi say when he first did it, he walked out to put the stuff back in the truck like he was done. And as he was out there, it done fell. And I don't know much about roofs and sheetrocks because I don't fix on nobody's house. But Bay was like, they should have had more than one person so someone can hold it while he putting the other part up or whatever. I don't know. Just so it fell. So he ended up going up fixing it again. And that's that. Now, I told her to take pictures and send it to me. So I send it to them. I send it to Goofy and Gary. I say, this is what y'all call fixing this roof? Somebody come up here and plastering Play-Doh everywhere like this arts and crafts? I said, oh no, this ain't gonna work because no one went up there to the roof where the source is, the problem, the hole, and cover the hole. So what is this? Goofy was like, oh, this is sad. It's pitiful. I'm gonna make sure they stay on this. I'm all this feeling bad and what she gonna do, promises. And I can't really feel no way about her because she just worked there. She ain't the property manager. She don't own the company. So, you know, she's pleasant. I'm being as pleasant as I possibly can be with her because at the end of the day, Gigi's still over there. And that's my main concern. So days go by. Still hear nothing, nobody come. So it rains. Gigi sent me pictures of her putting little roaster pots. We ain't got buckets and stuff like that to catch this water. But putting little roaster pots. I said, nah, don't even do that. I said, because not only they going to have to fix this roof, they're going to have to fix this flow. Because it's going to ruin this flow. But I sent the pictures to him. I say, this is what we doing at our house. While y'all sleeping and resting peacefully, this is what we got to do. Oh, I'm sorry. I sent somebody out there. This Gary, he ain't calling me on the phone. He ain't answering the phone. He just texting me now. I'm sending somebody out there. So, yeah, he sent somebody out there the next day. Once again, this one maintenance man. So, he fixing the sheetrock again or whatever. Then the second maintenance man pull up. Gigi say he was just sitting there smoking him a cigar with some missing teeth and stuff and just talking to the man, not really happy. But he did get on the ladder and go on top of the roof. But when Gary called, he told him to get down because they sending some roofers over there. Okay, so they finna handle business, so we thanking. So he get down and he leave. But the other first maintenance man is still in there doing what he's supposed to do. So mama say while she out there, some Mexicans pull on up. And they come look at the hole. No. Let me back up. Mexicans did not come this day. So he finished doing the sheetrock, but no one came. He went to his car acting like he was waiting on the roofers. Told mom, "Oh, I'm sitting in my car and wait on the roofers." She said out about a good 20 minutes. Then he come back telling me, "Well, I got other jobs to do. When they come, I come back." Straight BS. Anyways, nobody never came. So I get back on that text message. Now I'm getting even greasier, and I still ain't being disrespectful, cussing them, but I'm getting greasy now. Y'all got to do something about this because I ain't living like this. This is not livable condition, and I'm not finna live like this. Would you live like this? Would you allow your older parents to live like this? So, okay, the weekend come. We over there. Then we outside, and then some Mexicans pull up. Some Mexicans, roof company or whatever. I don't know. They pull up in this little red truck, pickup truck. They go up there, and they put a brown tarp up there. A brown tarp, whatever you want to call them. And they leave. And at this point, I don't care if y'all properly fix this roof or not. I just want this hole to be dealt with so it doesn't rain again and this little play stuff he done put on top of the ceiling don't fall. And that's what I expressed to them. Just cover this hole. Excuse me. If you got to put some of that Play-Doh in this hole, do that. Get it covered. You know what I'm saying? So they still don't do nothing. Sometimes, y'all, I was texting these people and wasn't getting no reply. I said, Mom, I guess they think we just content. We ain't going nowhere. We've been here all these years. We ain't got nowhere to go. We ain't gonna do nothing. I don't know what they think, but they really barking up the wrong tree. So, okay. Another week roll in, because I'm sending him, y'all know bad weather coming. If you're watching the news, bad weather is coming. I'm warning them that bad weather is coming and something needs to be done. Still no replies, not a thumbs up, not a check mark, not a happy face, not a sad face, not a confused face, nothing. Okay. Now this was in April. Now this towards the end of April, we done had Easter and everything. And boom, it rains again. Another week of bad thunderstorms, flood warning, raining. Y'all, Gigi sent me a video at 5 o'clock in the morning. I went to use the bathroom, looked at my phone. I ain't say nothing. I ain't look at it. I send it straight to Gary and Goofy. And in the message, I say, while y'all sleeping peacefully, enjoying y'allself, this is what this household, 102 Market Street, is up doing, catching water. You can hear the water raining, and you hear Gigi on the video cutting up. So I'm inserting in so y'all can have a little kiki. But I say, this is what we doing. I say, either you fix this roof or we finna get up out your house. Oh boy, 30 minutes later, not even 30 minutes, maybe 30 seconds later, paragraphs. Here go Gary, now this is senior manager. Paragraph. I ain't even read all that BS about how sorry you is. It's such a big inconvenient. Now this is my thing. I'm not a roofer. I don't know how the roofing world works, but I know they got multiple roofing companies in this city or in the next city over. All I would have appreciated is some type of communication telling me, oh, we got this roofing company, or the Mexican roofing company that you seen came out. They ordered the roof and it's coming in, it's late, it's delayed. Tell me something, even if they lies. No communications. And when I'm texting, I'm getting no responses. Nothing. And I feel like I'm about ready to take it there with y'all, and it shouldn't even be that type of situation. For one, I'm too grown, and the energy that I would be using to get into y'all with, I could be using that to pour into my child. Speak affirmations into my child. I don't have time to be doing all this. Because at the end of the day, y'all own this property and we live here. I know y'all only been owning it for 4 months, but you should have did your fact checks before you bought the property. And I know people probably went through a lot of stuff through these disasters, but this is our situation and you own this house and y'all need to be doing something about it, especially something so severe as a roof. So, okay, now back to the day when it pouring down raining. Now, mind y'all, the tarp up there now that the people did. Tarp up there. We don't know if they ordering a part of the roof. We don't know if they ordering more Play-Doh or nothing. Ain't nobody saying nothing. That's what I was just getting angrier. So when that happened, boy, I gave him a piece of my mind. And still being respectful far as and not cussing. Gigi was cussing on that video, but I ain't cuss. I'm the tenant. So what she was saying, that's on her. But I ain't disrespecting nobody. Like I should be. But so, oh, I'm sorry. All this paragraph, still not calling me on the phone, texting it. Only part that I seen that interested me was, oh, I'm taking half off June rent. I mean, not June rent, May rent. I'm sorry, y'all, May rent. I said, okay. I ain't saying that though, but I ran up there to pay that rent because like I said, it was the end of April and May was coming in and it was time to pay rent. Cause I was telling them what y'all want, what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna fix this roof or y'all want me to get up out y'all house? So all that so that was that. So I go up there and pay half the rent. Now this in May now. And then that weekend they signed them same Mexican roofer people and they end up doing something else. So I guess they call this a patching of the roof then or whatever. But after that, no more rain had came in. So that was May. So I paid half of May rent. I said in the middle of May, I get a call from their property company. Now, this is a person that I never heard from. So I guess this somebody just in the office or whatever in another building. Because when the maintenance man was saying they got multiple office buildings and stuff like that. Because when it actually happened, they had already moved the office that we knew. But he said the new office was one of like 3. So I guess there's another lady in another office. I don't know. So she called and she was like, you ain't paid your rent. Well, she said you only paid a portion of your rent. I say, why you calling me about that for? I say, Gary only told me to pay half of it. She was like, well, why would he tell you that? I said, y'all don't communicate with each other? She was like, no. I said, look here, I pay my bills. I've been in the house for 6 years, and I ain't never missed a payment. I ain't never been late. Ain't nobody had to force me to do nothing. So don't be calling me because y'all don't communicate with each other. She was like, well, I'm sorry, but what happened? I was like, well, the roof fell in. They never fixed it. They gave me the runaround. And when it rained again, it rained through the house like it was flooding. And so he told me to take half of the rent. She's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Then she's like, matter of fact, it just came through. I'm so sorry. Have a good day. I said, all right, now you too now. So that was that. That was in May. Now, I'm not sure what they did when they went up there. But also through the storm, the back door where the laundromat had shifted, like the back part of the house. So if you open the door, all of it would come down. So I also mentioned that to them too as well. So I'm like, I'm texting them. I'm like, listen, I don't know what y'all trying to do about this roof. If y'all gonna fix the property or just patch it up. I'm like, listen here. I pay my bills. I pay my rent. I don't give nobody no problems. I had no issue with the previous landlord. And since y'all been here, y'all see no issue. I just want the same just do. That's all I want. And this back door, it doesn't open. Well, it opened, but if you open it, it's going to come down. So what y'all going to do about that? Because we have 2 doors and we would like to access both of the doors. We would like to go in our backyard through the back door versus from the front walking all the way around. Still nothing. So this May now. So I say the end of May, to be exact, May 20th, we get a letter. They're going to put my first name on it. And mama read it to me. She was like, girl, they done sent a letter talking about everybody got to get renter insurance and woo, woo, woo. And if you got a problem, contact Rodriguez, whatever his name is. I really forgot his name, but dang his real name, whatever. So contact him. He's a senior manager. So I go back and look at the first introduction letter that they signed was saying Gary was the senior manager, Gina was the manager, and then Gofi was just the assistant. I'm like, what? He the senior property manager. I said, child, they done got somebody new. When this happened? But this is what it's saying. If you got any issue, contact me. And if you don't have it by the first, you will be paying an additional $25 a month on your rent until you get it. And if you can't find somebody, this is a company that we don't partner up with. You can get it through them. I ain't getting nothing through nobody that y'all know. I get it. No problem. But this is short notice. Like, it was like May 20th. And you say before the 1st. That's what the letter say. And it goes in effect on the day of June 1st. So it was late on that afternoon, so I couldn't call nobody to get no renter insurance. So okay. And I'm like, okay, y'all don't fix nothing. You patch up stuff, you don't communicate, but you telling us we got to get renter insurance. Ain't no problem. But this is a short period of time. So the next morning, call Allstate, get renter insurance. Call them. I say, well, Gary, I thought he was the senior manager. Oh, no, I am. I say, well, when y'all gonna fix this roof properly? Well, I just got in here. I don't know nothing about that. I mean, aggressive. I don't know nothing about that. I don't know. All I heard was they was contacting the roofer people and they was putting us on the schedule and all this and that. Just being real aggressive. I don't know nothing about that. Y'all just got to get this insurance. And if you don't, you're going to have to pay the $25. I said, well, this is short notice. Because he getting greasy and all sassy and stuff. So who? I don't deepen the voice a little bit. I said, hold on, this is a short behind notice. And y'all don't rent coming up. Y'all don't know people's financial situation. You know what I'm saying? How can you just demand this at a short period of time? Less than 2 weeks. Well, I said until the 15th. I said, no, that paper state June 1st all the way through. It ain't no 15 on there. Well, like I said, I mean sassy, all that. I was like, when y'all gonna fix this roof? Y'all demanding us to get all this stuff and gotta have this, but y'all ain't fix this back door. Y'all ain't fix this roof properly. Want nobody to communicate with me properly. Oh, they ain't got nothing to do with me. But you the senior property manager. Meaning you done been in this company a long time if you don't went up to the senior property manager, right? Okay. So he done hang up. Oh, I'm mad now. I called him back. He ain't pick up. And I'm glad he didn't pick up because I probably would have read him all his rights. So he ain't pick up. So I called Gary. He ain't pick up. I called Goldfish. She didn't pick up, but she sent a message saying she was in a meeting. So I said, okay, oh, they all in this eat together. So I called her back. She finally picked up. She's like, I'm sorry, such and such. I'm in a closing. Can you really text it to me? And like I said, she pleasant. So I ain't trying to give her too much. So I texted to her. I said, is there anybody else to talk to than this Rocky G person or whatever? I almost said his name, y'all. And she was like, what's the problem? I said, he rude, he disrespectful, and he hanging up. And he need to learn how to talk to people. So that's the first message I sent. I'm so mad, and I sent another message. I said, I'm finna get the hell up out y'all house. 2 seconds later, Gary calling. Oh, not the first senior manager, property manager. Not Gary. Not the one that just be texting. Oh, yeah, he called. He said, I'm sorry, Miss such and such. What's the problem? I say, y'all have not fixed this roof properly. No one addressed this back door. And y'all demanding us to get this rental insurance. And if we don't, that's an additional $25 on our rent. And I said, when did he become the senior property manager? Because I thought that was you. He laughed a little bit. He said, I'm sorry. I ain't the senior property manager more. I done took the guy that was over me job and he got my old job. I said, okay, that's cool. And he was like, I don't know nothing about it. This is the little project he came in mentioning about. I heard mentions of it, but that's his little project. I said, okay, that's fine. I ain't getting what he's trying to offer. I done got it. That ain't no problem. I said, but he's rude, disrespectful. I don't care how irate I am. I'm the tenant and you're supposed to be the property manager. So you're supposed to know how to handle this and conduct yourself way better than that. I said, with his sassy behind, he go, Gary, I was waiting on you to say that, laughing. I said, you real disrespectful. All he could say was, like I said, at the end of the day, like I said, that's all he could say. Like, what kind of communication skills is those? And I was like, it's a short period of time. Like, he need to give somebody more time to get this rent insurance because everybody ain't going to be able to get it right then and there. And then when I call, he going to tell me something to the 15th. That paper does not say nothing about the 15th. It say the 1st. He was talking something, well, is it to the 15th? And then he going to hang up on me. I said, now listen, I've been trying to be as calm and respectful and decent as possible through this whole ordeal. Now, him talking to me like that and doing what he doing, I'm not finna deal with that. Because I can leave this house today. He was like, no, Miss, I'm going to humble him. I'm going to get him together. And you don't have to deal with him. I said, because I'm not. I said, because that MF going to make me lose all my righteousness. I said, I'm not going to deal with him. So he was like, I'm going to get them together. And actually, the roofing people, they did fix that spot. And they fixed the other patch, too. So I guess they patched it up. I said, what about the back door? It's shipping. And what about this sheetrock? It need to be done over, too. He was like, well, I'll send somebody over there to do that. And that was May 20. They ain't came and did nothing yet. And it's June 7th today. They ain't came and did nothing. But anyways, so we get off the phone. I'm still feeling some type of way. I call him Bite. And he was like, well, like I said, that need to be done. And I'll look into the roof thing. But you the senior property manager. But Gary just told me they had already patched it up. You don't know nothing. But you acting like you just know everything. Like you just that one. And you ain't. And he was like, well, you just get the rental insurance and you can email me a copy. I said, I already got it. And I ain't emailing you nothing. Click. Hung up on him. Now you taste that. So that was them. And they still haven't done nothing since then. They haven't came and did no more to the roof. I guess the patching is all they're going to do. They haven't came and did nothing to the back door. And I'm just like, I'm over it. I'm over it. It's just time for me to leave. And that's what I'm doing. I'm packing up and I'm going to put my 30 days notice in on July 1st, and I'll be at their house before August 1st. I'm not finna deal with it. Y'all obviously don't know what y'all doing with these properties. Y'all supposed to have all these mansions, Airbnb. Is that how y'all fix a mansion? Throw little thin, paper thin garbage bags up there and still big old space that ain't covered up? I don't know. If it is, y'all can have that. All this done went down within 2 months. I see how y'all conduct yourself, how y'all handle business, and I'm just not finna live there no more. I'm just finna go. Y'all can have this house. Because one thing about it, if y'all don't fix it while I'm in here, which y'all haven't done nothing else, y'all gonna have to fix it before somebody else come up in here. Because ain't nobody gonna move up in there with that roof like that. Ain't nobody gonna do that. In that back door, you can't go out that back door. So you're gonna have to fix it regardless. And then y'all gonna, and if somebody do move in there, y'all gonna get somebody that's gonna move in there, ain't gonna pay you nothing. That's gonna give you HELL, trust. But y'all, that's my little story time. But like I said, I'm gonna insert the clips of Gigi cutting up. Gigi she ain't sparing nothing. I'm gonna put those clips in. I'm also show you clips of the garbage bag they put up there, then what the garbage bag but they put up there, and also the end result, what it look like now, and all of that, so y'all can see what it is. Cause I can't make this up. Tell me what y'all would have did. Would y'all keep staying there, keep waiting on them for responses? I mean, something so severe as a roof. I mean, this is the protection over the shelter. Without this roof, ain't no shelter. And if I'm wrong, y'all let me know. But while I'm doing that and getting y'all little stuff together, go ahead and subscribe. What you waiting on? Bye.
The roof is leaking. The floor is getting wet. Water all over the floor. This don't make no damn sense. I was getting them a motherfucking thing. This bitch gonna fucking fall down on my motherfucking head. The roof about to fall down on my fucking head. Raining.